Have you ever really thought about language? I mean, so often we see it as something that divides us, my language versus your language. But what if that's not its true purpose at all? What if, instead of being a wall, language is actually meant to be a vessel for something sacred? We're about to dive into a perspective that just might flip everything you thought you knew about language on its head. So, our guide on this journey is the incredible sage Kanchi Mahaperiyava. All the insights we're exploring today, they come directly from his teachings, which are compiled into this amazing work called Deivathin Kural, and that translates to the voice of God. And he starts with this observation that just cuts right to the chase. He talks about this deep sadness he feels when he sees people fighting over which language is better. This really sets the stage for the whole problem he wants to help us understand.
And that brings us right to our first section, this idea of a war of words. Let's take a look at why these fights even happen, and why, from his point of view, they're just so profoundly missing the point.
Okay, so here's the key idea. Mahaperiyava saw language as, well, a tool, a simple instrument for us to express our thoughts. Fighting over which tool is superior is kind of like arguing about whether a hammer is better than a screwdriver. It's absurd, right? You're completely missing what the tool is actually for.
So if language is just a tool, then where does its real value come from? That question is what leads us to a much higher perspective on what it's all about.
And this is probably the question popping into your head right now, isn't it? If they're all just tools, why do we hear so much about needing to protect specific ancient languages? This is where the explanation gets really fascinating. The answer lies in this absolutely beautiful concept, that a language's true value isn't found in its grammar or its sound, but in the unique wisdom it was built to carry. It's not about the container, you see. It's all about the precious content inside. He uses this brilliant analogy to make the point crystal clear. Sanskrit is held in such high regard because it's the vessel that holds the sacred Vedas. In the very same way, Tamil is revered because it is the vessel that holds the profound Kural. See? Each one is honored for the unique treasure it protects.
And believe me, this isn't some new age idea. This wisdom is ancient. It's captured perfectly in the Thiruvalluvar Malai, which is this old collection of poems that praise the Thirukkural. This verse states it plainly. Because Tamil now holds the Thirukkural, it has achieved a status equal to Sanskrit. Why? Because both now carry texts of ultimate wisdom.
So the whole idea boils down to something so simple yet so profound. We preserve the vessel, the language, so that we can protect the priceless nectar inside. The focus is always on the wisdom, not just the words.
Okay, but this brings up a huge question for our modern world, right? If it's all about the wisdom, why not just translate it for everyone? Why are we so attached to the original? Let's explore the real dangers of getting lost in translation.
I mean, it seems like the most logical solution, doesn't it? In our connected world, just translate the Vedas, translate the Kural, put it online, and make it available to everybody. But according to the sage, this approach is actually loaded with some deep and hidden dangers. Kanchi Mahaperiyava breaks it down into three big problems. First, the original word, it can have layers and layers of meaning, a kind of spiritual vibration that you just can't translate. Second, the act of translating itself can water down that meaning, or even worse, twist it into something else entirely. And third, the translator. No matter how brilliant they are always a filter. Their own understanding, their own biases, they all color the text, taking us one step further away from the pure original source. So, if translation is so full of risk, what's the solution? Well, this leads us to the final and maybe the most brilliant piece of this entire puzzle. The genius of keeping one single, unchanging source. Here's the crucial insight. By keeping the source text of the Veda absolutely pristine and unchanged, it served as a permanent anchor, a common ground for everyone. You can think of it like a spiritual North Star. No matter where you were, you could always refer back to the exact same point of light. And the benefits that came from this? Oh, they are incredible. Because the source never changed, great masters, the acharyas, could offer different interpretations over centuries without the whole thing shattering into pieces. This is what prevented different schools of thought from becoming totally separate, conflicting religions. Anytime a debate popped up, everyone could just go back to the exact same reference. It allowed for this amazing diversity of philosophy to bloom, all under one unifying Vedic umbrella. This quote just sums it all up so perfectly. It's a beautiful paradox that actually creates immense strength. Because the source is unchanging, the understanding of it can be dynamic, rich, and always evolving. It gives you both stability and freedom at the same time.
And so that leaves us with a final thought, a question to really mull over. In our world today, we're obsessed with updates, updating our phones, our apps, our information, constantly. What can we learn from the profound wisdom of protecting something original, pure, and unchanging?
Thank you so much for joining us and exploring these ideas with us today.
For those of you who might be new here, we're Kosh. We're a multilingual channel, and our entire mission is to share this kind of powerful spiritual wisdom.
Our goal is really simple. We want to bring you the timeless treasures of Sanatan Dharma in a way that's clear, meaningful, and easy to connect with. We share everything in English, Hindi, Marathi, Tamil, Gujarati, and Bengali, and we've got even more languages on the way.
When you explore our channel, you'll find a real treasure trove. We have daily videos on the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata, Lalita Sahasranamam, Deivathin Kural, Saundarya Lahari, stories of the saints of Maharashtra and Bengal, and the divine story of Adi Shankara's incarnation, and it's all available in multiple languages.
So if any of that resonates with you, if you find this content valuable, we would be so honored if you would subscribe to Kosh. That way, you'll get notified every time we release a new daily video. And of course, please don't forget to like this and share it with your family, your friends, and your community. Every single share helps us spread this divine knowledge. Let's work together to keep the light of Sanatan Dharma shining brightly for everyone.